Okay, I do hope that, well, this device and Spiel will cooperate within my trying to share this time. Because I'm not joking. When I say my memory and my ADD get in the way, guys, and it takes triggers sometimes for me to recall, and like I said, and with sharing this, I use things as my platform for YouTube. Always have, always probably will. My storage issues, it's just the way I gotta have it. And those of you that have followed me on YouTube, I don't do this for those of you on scene. You wouldn't understand. You probably only make fun of me. And I promise you, step up on my feet and mock me or make fun of me, you will regret it. Because the shit I'm going through is no joke. And you don't want to welcome it at your doorstep, because I promise you, karma's a real fucking bitch. I don't mind using my vulgarity here. I'm sharing a memory because I feel it's important to some of my YouTube followers that are going through some of the same damn shit. I don't do this to be mocked by any of the rest of you. So don't even think or consider doing so. I promise I'll make you regret it. Now, back to where I was at before I forget. Singing Man in the Box sent off a trigger. And I'm all for one about putting the past in the past. There are certain things that are triggers, especially given my memory issues and my ADD, that bring things forward. Well, just having sung that song and reading the lyrics right before my face were one of those triggers. My daughter is my witness. My oldest daughter, Kelsey, is my witness. Can tell she was there. Explain to you guys how, although I choose not to oftentimes, as many of you that have followed me for some time already know, to go into details about any of my Morgellons journey. I have shared some of the beginnings of that with you guys, although I may not have delved too deep into it or too in detail. Part of that was my beginning trauma and how it began with my eyes. Okay, I shared that much, I know. And be at least 3 weeks with the optometrist, and from the get-go, what that optometrist did to me. And one of those things he did to me that had my daughter not been there to witness, he and his little optometrist friend both, in fact, would have denied they would have both took to the grave, I promise you. Had it just been me, both of them would have denied this. They tried doing so in front of my daughter and I. Luckily, my daughter was there to hear what they said as well. Because the Morgellons had affected my eyes. Not only the Morgellons, but I've shared with y'all some of the videos. And how it made me about take my eyes out. Yeah. It almost cost me my vision entirely. And upon meeting with that optometrist, the get-go, he wanted to rush me into ER. He even had one of his very own staff members rush me, and this was on a side of town I'm not all that familiar with. Not from my side of town, not from doctors nor hospitals I'm familiar with. Guys, it would have been like I'd never checked in, if you will, because he wasn't like on their log or registered, and because this was a rushed ordeal, and because he didn't even sign off on my dismissal paperwork, if you will, because he was so pissed off at me by the time he left, because Mind you, I've been through needing an extensive invasive back surgery. I know pain. But when I say painful, these intravenous eye antibiotics he gave me, it was like having gasoline poured my eyeballs. My face felt like it was lit on fire. I'd never experienced pain in my fucking life. Okay, but where I was going with this before I got into all that, okay, that's the reason he walked out, pissed off at me when signed off on my paperwork, that another doctor had to, and it would have been like I was never there. Okay, but prior to that, at his very own doctor office, him and his colleague decided that he was going to tell me my eyes should be sewn shut. Now, tell me, for the normal, average person, had you heard that a doctor, especially an optometrist, want to sew your eyeball shut? And don't you think you'd be fucking scared to fucking death? I don't scare easy, but you're damn right I was. And had my baby not been there to hear it, they were already trying to deny having ever said it. But it was said. If those fucking walls had ears, like me and my daughter did, they could tell you. They threatened to sew my very eyes shut. So that's one of the blessings I would like to express gratitude for today. Is that although as I get older, my vision can fail me sometimes. But after that nightmare, especially given the Morgellons, thank God I am grateful enough to say today I've got vision in both eyes. Although at one time, because the damage was so severe, I had a, that normal blue hue that goes when your eyesight starts giving and you start going blind. I had that in one eye. I could probably dig up pictures if I really wanted to, but I try to let those, especially the traumatic pastimes, go. It's not something I'm trying to recollect. This was only a trigger, and I want to share it with you why I have recollection and memory for, in order to share it for those of you that may be going through it as well, because I always promised I would do that for you guys. It's the only reason I even mention that now. Okay, I had a trigger, and I feel an urge to share this while it's on my mind. And one time, not only did I have that blue hue, my cornea was so stressed, my eyeball was practically scratched out, mind you. I shared with you, it felt like a cobweb of metal. That sensation just never goes away. And then, whatchamacallit? I had a pull, like, in one eye. I forget what they call that. It's not a hamstring. It's that corner string in your eye that helps, like, control the eye movement. Well, I had no control at one point, one eye. None. Where normally one eyeball go one way and the other one just follows. I didn't have control of that at one point. I didn't, and I'm sure I could find images or sad, very sad images. That too, but that's not something I want to remember. So I'm not going to delve that deep. I promise you, I will not delve that deep. Because this was not even something I was trying to recollect. But because I did, and I know some of you are scared to death upon your journey with Morgellons, that I want to share this with you so that you know you're not in it alone by far. I've been there too. And